Okay.
There we go. So you are spending $25, right?
Yes.
Okay, so please decrease your cash by 15.
5.
And note next to your next to your spending level of 10, put a hyphen and then put spent.
Then.
So you
Okay.
will not be able to draw on that for the rest of the scenario, at least.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, you have tried to bribe him with $25. I will need you to make me a credit rating roll with 2 bonus dice.
How do I do this?
So basically, roll a d100 3 times and tell me what you get.
Can't I just roll 3 100 dices?
Yeah, you could.
Yes.
Okay. And now. 35, 24, 62.
The 24 is a success. You succeed.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey.
So you pass that roll. He looks at the $25. Recognizes that this is a significant increase to his paycheck. And he considers it. And then he just, as you slide the money across the desk, he takes it, pockets it, making sure nobody can see. And then he says, "All right, half hour, but no more."
Oh, that's a lot. All right.
Or actually,
Thanks,
sorry. No, he says,
I only
"Look,
for 10 minutes.
no. He says, "All right, go back there and find what you need to find, but building closes at 7, so you got to be out of there by then."
What time is it right now?
It is currently 2 p.m.
Oh, he's giving me a lot of time then. All right, cool.
Yeah, you gave him a lot of money. $25 is a lot back in those days.
Not as much as acorns.
The lady with the acorn will be very lucky and very happy
Yes.
once she regains her sanity.
Yeah,
back
in those days, like a cab ride was like 30 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you just gave him a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you now have access to downstairs, where the records
All
are
right,
kept.
I go downstairs.
Go downstairs. You go down a stairway, and you turn to see a room with a sign that is labeled records. The door is half open. You can hear somebody inside there. You would assume that this is the lady he was speaking to earlier, who was asked to tidy up the place.
What was her name again? Beth?
You remember him calling her Ruth.
Ruth. Gotcha.
So you're entering the records room, correct?
I listen in.
Oh, you're trying to listen in? In that case, you're gonna have to make a skill roll.
Okay.
Let's see. What skill roll are we thinking here?
Is it just the one dice this time?
Yes. You are going to roll on your listen skill of 50%.
Oh, 83. Damn it.
Deaf. If there's any speaking or any sound of note going on, you are not able to hear it.
That sounds about right. Alright. Is there a way that I can get in without her seeing me?
You would need to make a stealth roll.
I have stealth, though. Wait.
You do not
actually,
have
what is my stealth?
Your stealth is...
Yeah, I don't have...
Your stealth is a
default 20.
Yeah, default 20%.
I'll be as stealthy as a rhinoceros. I'll roll it anyway.
All right.
Love it.
Try to roll it.
60.
Oh dear. You've seen you've seen a few those new movies that they've been showing. You remember seeing a spy film one time. And the person, you try to emulate that with like pretty much a bit overactive, like sneaking. You're really, unfortunately, you realize as you push open the door to enter, the door squeaks loudly. And not only that, but she was facing the door at that point in time, and sees you pretty much doing the stereotypical sneaking walk for a couple seconds before you realize that you have been caught.
Oh no.
She raises an eyebrow at you and asks you your business here.
I'm the new journalist here. I am here for taking notes on the whereabouts of what's been happening downtown.
Oh, so you're going to lie to her. In that case, you're going to need to make another skill roll for me. You are going to need to roll. You are going to need to make a fast talk roll, of which you have a base 5% chance of success.
So you're just going to be Rita Skeeter?
Yeah.
So we have Rita Skeeter here, okay. Makes
yeah,
sense,
so
makes sense.
fast talk is basically the lying or deceit skill.
Damn, I was so close. 9.
Raise her up!
Raise her up!
So, I'm going to introduce another thing to you. One of the things you may do is if you fail a roll, you may spend your luck points in a 1-to-1 ratio to decrease the value of the roll into a success. So you could spend 4 of your 35 luck points to make this a successful roll. If you wish.
I'll do it.
Alright, so decrease your current luck value to 31.
31. Okay,
yep.
Perfect.
So now your chance of passing a luck roll goes down to 31%. And you have succeeded in lying to her. And
I pull out my notepad and my pen to make it a little bit more believable.
And she kind of like looks at you as if she has more questions, but then she realizes she's far too busy and has way too much of a task to complete to be caring too much. So she figures if you got past Artie, you must be legit. So she kind of returns to her work without bothering anymore. And you are free to do what you will. What are you wishing to do inside this records room?
I would like to see the records involving the haunted town.
The haunted house?
From the past 2 years. Yes.
From the past 2 years?
Do any of these types of records exist here? And if so, which direction do I need to look?
This is a record of everything ever written. So, considering this place has been around for a good while, there are plenty of years back to go.
Okay.
So, you could be searching for a lot more than 2 years back.
I just want to see the recenter stuff.
The recent stuff. So 2 years ago was 1918. Make me a library use roll.
Library use roll. Oh. Alright. 41.
41? You are searching, and, you accidentally go a little bit too far back, because you can't find anything from only 2 years ago. But, you do find a couple of things, about the place. find... Let's see what you find. So you find an unpublished story from the Boston Globe in 1918. In a feature story that was never published, it states that in 1880, there was a family of French immigrants that moved into the house that you had the address to investigate. But they fled after a series of violent accidents left the parents dead and 3 children crippled. The house long stood vacant afterwards until 1909, when another family moved in, but immediately fell prey to illnesses of severe nature, which resulted in 2 deaths. In 1914, then, the oldest brother of that family went mad and killed himself with a kitchen knife, and the heartbroken family had to move out. In 1918, a third family, the Macarios, whose name you recognize from what Duncan Matthews told you, rented the house, but they left almost immediately under mysterious circumstances and were interred in Roxbury Sanitarium.
Interesting. I take notes of all of this.
Yep, and I will post this in the chat.
Interesting. I look
Sorry,
at
I
the
just want to
busy
mention
Ruth.
really quick, I got my character up. Sorry, go on.
Oh, well.
Oh, this is so badly formatted.
Cute.
Because I'm copying this off of a PDF.
Oh, yay, the scuff. I just see people throwing shit at Fuyu.
Yeah, that's one of her like things. If you send bits, you can pretty much throw them at her.
Cute.
Discord formatting thing. Blech. So this is the story that you have found. I have posted in the chat. So you have read that. Are you wishing to search for anything else?
Ruth. I want to talk to her.
Oh, you wish to speak to Ruth. What are you saying to her?
I want to ask her if she's heard anything about the haunted house. Personally.
You mentioned the address, and she's about to point you to the article you just read when she realizes that you've read it. And she looks at the date of 1880, and she says, "Oh, well, not really sure if there's much else here. It's before my time, but there was a fire here a while ago. I think it was back in 1878. So most of our records room got burned away. So if there was anything before that date, it's probably gone by now. So I don't think there's anything before the date of 1878 about the house."
Interesting. I make note of this. I tip my hat. I wish her a good day. I leave.
She smiles and nods. And you make your way out. It is about 2:45 to 3 p.m. by the time you make it back to your car. What do you wish to do now?
Let's see. The rest of the group went to the sanitarium, so I think they should be fine right about now. I wish to head to the Hall of Records.
Oh. Well, that's where they were going to head as well. So we might have a meetup. Let's see. They're leaving the sanitarium at about 2:30. And you are leaving at about 3. So they will make it to the Hall of Records first. Even though you are closer, they left 30 minutes earlier. So we're gonna move back over to the other 3. All 3 of you were going to the Hall of Records, correct?
Y'all, I know where I'm going, okay?
Oh my god,
Where's the map?
oh my god. Loud.
We unmuted.
Go on.
We unmuted.
I'm turning down everyone's
Yeah, we're all
volume
going to the Hall of
again.
Records.
I know where I'm driving.
Records,
I
yes.
don't need a map.
You need a map. I think you're lost. You've been driving
I'm
us in
not-
circles for the past few minutes.
I just wanted to do some donuts, okay?
Stop doing donuts and get us to the Hall of Records. God damn it!
I would particularly be
I'm
driving
too
myself
hobo-ish for this
in
shit.
my own car.
Fine, then get on the roof.
Oh my god.
My
You know
own
what?
car.
Maybe I will. But instead of
Alright, so
climbing
you
outside
guys
to the
you
roof, I
guys
just
arrive
climb on the roof
at the
inside.
Hall of Records. This is a neatly kept government place. Nearby the central library. And you all enter the building. You see that it is relatively not busy today.
Nice.
And
Y'all didn't hear that, right? Good.
you 3 are going to search, I assume. So, if you wish to
Is
search...
there a restricted section? I'm nosy.
If there is a restricted section, you would not have access to it through, legal means.
Is there like a directory somewhere that we can see where we can find
You
the
could
records
probably
or
ask
something?
one of the staff.
I'm
yeah,
not good at social situations.
I would walk up to the staff for Miss Rosalyn and ask if there's a directory to help us find what we're looking for.
Eh. Hold on, he's googling it.
Dang.
Dang.
Typing.
The typing is intensifying.
Trying to Google things from the 1920s.
Nope. I am conversing in secret.
Conversing with
somebody is trying to do...
Cthulhu on Google.
Some people may or may not be trying to do secret actions.
Oh god.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, by the way,
Is one just
if you guys are trying to do like actions that you want to keep secret from the other investigators, or just like questions or something, you can always DM me about them. And
Oh good.
Mm.
Am I allowed to
Ooh.
riz up people right now?
just
Trying to raid people.
know that you are not able to make things secret if you are doing them around other people, because they will see you.
I see you.
Always
Y'all
watching
can't riz me up.
microdosy.
You all enter
Always.
You all enter the Hall of Records, and I believe, Dawn, you said you were going to ask one of the staff to help you?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Yilza, tell my sister she can't call me right now. I'm busy doing the session.
Broken. Stop trying to call Hexy. He's a busy bean. I don't know if she's still in my chat or not. I
Nah,
hope
that
so.
was Cthulhu calling.
Nice.
He had
God
he
dang
had
it,
to-
Cthulhu.
He was
Stop
confused
leading
with
these
that,
people
but
to
then he
investigating
realized
me.
what it was. He's like, gosh darn it.
He's like, oh, make sure you drive all these people
We don't have a
insane,
dog."
yeah?
Wait, but we don't have a dog,
Cthulhu
sir.
sounds like some 1920s mobster.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
Yeah, see? I'm gonna arm all of my followers with Tommy guns, see? Anyway, so you are talking to the staff. What are you asking them for?
A directory or a way we can figure out what we're looking for.
A directory. He says he is willing to point you to the relevant sections if you tell him what you're looking for.
We're looking for information or records on the house.
You
that
give
we're
him the address, and he
Yeah.
leads you. He says, "Follow me, please." And he leads you to a section of things about addresses. And he points you. He pulls out the file on that they have on the address in question, and he hands it to you.
I appreciate it.
And he
Okay.
he hands it to you, and then he says he's about to turn away and help somebody else, but he turns back and says, "Forgive my curiosity, but why are you looking into that house?"
The owner.
Science.
God spoke to me.
The owner.
God spoke it to me.
I had no
He has
choice.
to creed.
I will say forgive my two friends here, but we are contracted by the owner to figure out why the last family went insane.
Huh. Well, I don't envy that job. A lot of bad stuff has happened around that
It's
place.
good pay.
You superstitious,
he
sir?
he chuckles at the mention of good pays. I wouldn't take any amount of money to go up there. People died there. I don't think
Who
any
died
amount
there?
of money is worth being locked up in a sanitarium.
Did somebody die?
Well, we have the record. Let's figure that out.
Wasn't Janice? I swear to God, if she
He
died
says,
again.
You're really
Again?
You're really investigating
I
this
know.
house without knowing that? Goodness.
Well, we don't
have to
really
start
have
somewhere,
easy
sir.
access.
We're doing it for God, man.
That's why we're here, sir.
Yeah, newspaper or something. Whatever the excuse Neon said. I blanked out.
I was honest. I said we're working for the owner.
Oh yeah,
I
that
heard-
too.
I heard that even the police were too scared to investigate that place.
You
They're a
seem
bunch of
superstitious,
pansies.
sir. Is that true?
Hmm?
I said he seems superstitious.
Oh, me?
Do you believe in ghosts?
I wouldn't say I believe them, but obviously if there's this much trouble surrounding a place, it's bad news to even go there. Well,
It is going to stay bad news unless someone figures it out. We appreciate your help, sir.
it's your skin, and he walks off.
Wait, but he owes us $30 for telling that information to us. Free. Come back! We need the $30! That's fine.
So, you're going to look into the things you have found, correct?
Yep.
You find let's see.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
I
we
find.
found-
I can see.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what I
And
should be
at
telling you,
last
because
I
there are
see
things
the
that
light.
there are things that you could find here depending on what you know, and I'm not supposed to tell you
Can we
those
find
things
crack?
if you don't. So I have to read
That'd be
through
fun.
here and figure
Sorry,
out
I
what I can and
spoke it
can't
all.
tell you.
Damn it!
It's your fault.
back to
You took away my
Tabasco.
you took my sandwich away. I took your crack away. It's only fair. Cry harder.
You find that one of the owners of the property by the name of a Mr. Walter Corbett back in 1866 was apparently buried on the property, and the proceedings were handled by a certain Chapel of Contemplation and Church of Our Lord, Granter of Secrets. It is noted that there's a cliff note in the description that tells you of the address and the name of the church itself, which you may cross-reference if you wish. it is in the Register of Churches section. But it states that one of the previous owners was buried there. It also mentions a couple of lawsuits that this individual owner by the name of Walter Corbett Esquire was a defendant in during his stay at the house until his death and burial on the property.
Okay.
So you have another thing you can cross-reference now in this area, which is the Chapel of Contemplation and Church of Our Lord Granter of Secrets.
And they buried it, the guy. Okay.
Yep.
Wait, so I blanked out for a hot second. Did they mention the cause of death? Sorry.
No cause of death is mentioned.
Oh,
But we know his name.
shit.
Yep, and you know that occurred in 1866.
Maybe he tripped over a bear.
Tripped over a bear.
You don't?
Give me a second.
It's an everyday occurrence, man. Can't rule that out.
I feel like a bear is a bit too big to trip over. They might trip over you.
Bruh.
It's
hard to
kind
see
of-
a bear.
So, you have discovered the name and address of a chapel of contemplation.
How?
But a church-
Whereabouts?
So you could look that up in the Hall of Records if you wanted, and you now have
Okay.
its address, so you could visit it if you wanted.
All right.
So when should we talk to the neighbors?
Actually,
you
can we? Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Darci, you know the address of the house and the neighborhood addresses, since you've probably done some looking into this, since having that idea, or you have some knowledge of it, and you realize
Well, we
that
all
the
know the
Chapel of
address now.
Contemplation is within the neighborhood.
Oh, what a coincidence.
All right.
Wait,
Is
so
there-
can we quickly look up to see if like any like neighbors of the surrounding house like reported any weird noises or something? Or like by proxy they just if they got too close looked over the fence and went insane or something?
You can look up that in the Hall of Records, but you would need a library use roll for that.
A library.
Yep, because you're looking for something that you're not entirely sure of its existence or exactly where you would need to look. So you're trying to see if you're efficient enough at referencing it to do it within a certain time frame.
I don't got any other. I got what is it?
You
I
had
got 20% base.
Library use is base 25.
Yeah.
But
it's base
you
25.
can also look up the chapel that you've learned about, because it is stated that it is within the register of churches in this very Hall of Records. So
I
you would be able to easily
personally be
cross-reference
going in that direction.
True.
Yep. So
Yeah,
Dawn,
which role do we need for that one?
you would actually not need a roll, since you know exactly where you're looking, and you have like information about where to find it, so you would be able to easily find it. I wouldn't even need a roll.
Okay.
So you find, Dawn, you quickly find it, and in the records in the register of the churches, it is noted that the church was run by a Reverend Michael Thomas, and it notes that the church was forcibly closed in 1912.
Does it say why?
It mentions it was closed due to an investigation by the police.
Hey yo.
So if it's police, it'll be public record.
You note,
Not unless they wanted to cover it up.
you note
too.
that
Then it wouldn't be here.
on
Yeah,
hexism.
you note that the information about why the police were it just says pretty much due to police investigation and action, it was forcibly closed in 1912. So it actually doesn't state why.
Unless we look at the police records.
Yeah,
All right.
you could go to the police station and see if you could figure it out.
At this point, that's a idea that let's put down. I would say. Well, I would personally put it down.
And you can also investigate the chapel location itself.
I want to know where it is in that information.
Yeah, the chapel is in the neighborhood, right? So
yeah, it is within the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It is actually near the haunted house itself as well.
By the way, I don't know what to
Ooh,
call
Ceci.
you. I don't know what to call you, but Miss Darci, feel free to cut me off if I'm too loud.
Yeah,
I don't
Darcy,
want to
come on,
overrule
man.
you. I know you're being
Don't
quiet.
be afraid to talk. To chip in.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to talk.
Yeah,
Forget
come
to
on.
talk.
You're part of this too. Don't forget.
All right,
You're an
Fagor.
important part to this.
Yeah, just
I
toss in some
literally
ideas.
am just a cab. I'm just a
So
personal driver.
You've spent about an hour here, and
Mhm.
as you are figuring out this information, you've got the information about the chapel, and about the former owner being buried there in accordance with a ceremony directed by the chapel. You find out that it was indeed part of his will to be buried on the property.
He's haunting it.
Okay, that's a bit judgmental, Darcy. I mean,
Okay, I'm
the
sorry.
bear could have been haunting it.
Oh,
and
you're
tripped
right. My
over it.
bad.
It could be haunting it for revenge. Come on.
I'm
Alright.
sorry. I made a transgression. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
It's okay.
And as you're finishing up finding this information, Mrs. Yilza, you arrive at the Hall of Records.
Can we do a dramatic, like, slow-mo run
Oh
to each other?
Bloody! Bloody, I missed you!
When we
Well,
do that,
shut
we'll
up.
do
Honey, I see.
you walk in, and it's not hard to recognize and see the
Our
three
group of
of your
misfits.
fellow investigators standing looking through the register of
I led
churches.
an acorn trail right to us so she could find us. I got a pouch of acorns, I can do it.
So
Greeting, Miss
Oh,
Ferringway.
hello. Hello.
How did
You
your
found
search
my
go?
acorn trail!
and you both sections can now exchange the information they found if they wish.
Well, what did you guys
I-
find at the sanitarium?
Crazy people.
Oh, yeah, that bitch is very high energy.
We
But what
figured
about
out
the
that-
patients?
We
Wait, what are you talking about me? I wasn't the insane individual.
By the way, you
every
left.
squares make a circle. Every squares make a circle. Every squares make a circle. Every squares make a circle.
Okay. I would explain
I just
the-
cover. I cover Fuyu's mouth, or the Australian's mouth.
Alright, I would explain that both of the people. Well, I'll explain that the wife. I want to bring up the husband right now. The wife says objects were getting thrown around, and
Didn't the
basically-
husband say that it was full of hate?
the husband. They both said that.
I uncover her mouth.
Yeah, the husband was saying that apparently he could hear voices in his head, like whispering something about envy and all that sort of jazz. So for some reason, he seemed to be taking the brunt of the haunting of the house for some reason compared to the wife.
It's because he's a man, isn't it? Misandry right here.
Wow, all the men have to get everything. Wow, it is
It's the 1920s. It only feels fitting.
The ghost is misogynistic, not letting the woman get any of the haunting. I swear.
Women can be
Women
haunted too,
deserve-
you narc.
Women deserve to be traumatized too.
So, Don.
Only in
were you-
2020,
were
not in
you
1920.
wanting to Don, were you wanting to say anything else about what the people told you?
I would not bring up anything I read in the records. I would bring up the
Interesting.
things
I
the
need
knights were getting
information.
thrown at. I would bring up the fact that she she did break down crying and became unresponsive. Would bring up the husband was clearly aggressive
Oh.
and wanted us to free him.
Sorry
And
about
I'll
that.
ask her what happened with hers.
I forgot to mute.
Yilza,
You're
as you're
fine.
hearing the details of what they
Yes.
recall Miss Macaria saying to them,
Mhm.
about
I'm taking notes.
about the details of the haunting, I want you to make a roll against your occult skill.
I'm always rolling. When do they get to roll?
Well, when they're taking an action that requires a skill roll.
Joke's on you. I'm too busy eating acorns.
There.
Why aren't you letting me
I'm
eat
really
the
busy
acorn?
operation
Hold
here.
on. Yilza, roll against your occult. Roll a d100. What'd you get?
81.
You
What the
don't recognize the symptoms of this haunting as anything in particular. It sounds
It's a poltergeist.
It sounds like a haunting, but you're not quite sure exactly what.
I just think that the guy was just throwing stuff around and forgot. Just a little amnesia. Got hit in the head too many times.
Honestly, I find like one thing odd, right? Like both the husband and the wife spent the exact same amount of time in that household. Yet for some reason the husband underwent severe, even worse symptoms, which is not adding up. Because
Maybe he was just weak.
No, because they both were there for 3 months. The wife said,
Blood crack.
and even as tough as she can be, that was still 3 months. They saw the same stuff. She didn't hear voices, but he did.
Maybe people go insane in different ways.
I'm just
I don't
saying,
know,
they
something's
did
not
buy a
adding up
lot of crack off me. I mean, what?
I don't know. I just feel like
So,
it's bizarre that it seemed that he gets
Yilza,
the
you've
more
been
severe.
told this. What are you telling them in return?
I see.
Yilza? Yilza, are you okay?
I see.
Yilza's
Writing
brain
this all
is being
down.
overloaded by this information.
Writing this all down.
Sorry. I'm gonna mute myself real quick.
When are you gonna stop being sorry? And realize that we don't mind.
Whenever I finally.
No, it's kind of hot.
Not gonna lie, it's kind of cute. Kind of into that.
It's kind of hot. Not gonna lie.
What the fuck was that thing?
Oh. It was the haunting.
There you are, Yilza. What are you telling them about what you found?
I tell them about the articles I found, about the past accidents, quote unquote, that happened in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from the families dying to the brother killing himself and making everybody all depressed and having to move out, all the way up to the point of the Macarios incident.
So you are all relayed the unpublished story of the Boston Globe in 1918 that is posted in the chat. So now you all have this information as well.
What's your secret, Fuyu? Like, what kind of shampoo do you use?
And so now you two have two additional locations that are of interest to you, which are
Rosalyn, you smell so good. I have your liver.
What?
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 Why is there peanuts? Who just nutted?
They're acorns.
Nah, those are nuts.
No acorns. I can't find.
There's an acorn emoji.
Now you
two
have.
I can't find it.
Now you two have the following two locations of interest that you may visit if you wish.
I found a hazelnut. Oh no, that's a chestnut. Close enough.
So, now that
Sorry,
you
you
are
don't deserve your acorn.
all here, what do you all wish to do?
I think
I
we should
want
investigate the
to.
police station for
Let's see,
any
we
police
got
records.
either the Boston Police Station or the
You
Chapel
have
of
you have
Contemplation.
you have the Boston Police Station, the Chapel of Contemplation. You have the haunted house itself, the local neighborhood around the haunted house, and the Central Boston Library. Those are the 5 locations of interest to you that you have not visited.
Before we go, I would want to look up records on the 2 people, the guy who died and the guy who ran the church.
Ooh, you are going to look up some records about. Make me a library use roll.
All right, 45.
45.
I
That is
fail.
a fail. So you waste about half an hour looking for things and not finding anything.
Oh, that ain't my personality. After 5 minutes,
Billy,
I'm going up to
Billy.
the guy in the front.
I want to.
So
Can I go to the police station?
yeah, if you want to leave for the police station while he's doing that and wasting 30 minutes, yeah, you can
Yeah,
drive
bye.
off.
I'm driving off to the police station.
Noting that you are taking the
Oh.
car that the other 2 drove with you in.
Fine,
I
I'll walk.
drove my own car, and I have my keys. So that's the car.
I think
They
Darci
can't
will
take
get
it.
in trouble. I'm gonna
What?
chaperone her. And plus, I don't want to be alone as a random hobo in the 1920s. You know,
You
it
could.
kind of gives off
There
the kill me now.
are literally 2 other people at that building with you besides Darci.
Wow, I don't.
If she leaves,
So-
you're
You
not
I
don't
alone.
don't know where they're gonna go.
No, shut
Well,
up. Am I
you
going
can- you
alone
can-
or am I taking
well,
someone?
Darcy's gonna. I
You
mean,
might be taking the hobo.
Dawn's gonna be there for an additional 30 minutes after Darcy leaves, at the very least, because he's wasted 30 minutes looking for something.
As
to
he
do.
should.
All right, I have my car keys though. So
Yeah, so you could
can't
ride with
drive.
Dawn after, or you could ride with Yilza, depending on where she wants to go.
Yeah, I got my car.
Where are you wanting to go, Yilza?
I will stick with the person who was looking for the information here,
Okay.
while the other 2 go to the police station.
So you observe
Oh.
for 30 minutes as he searches the wrong fucking section of the Hall of Records.
And I am
they
pointing
waste
and
30
laughing.
minutes. Let's go, Darcy. Let's
You
go.
you
to the
you are
police
you are
Jesus
kind of
Christ.
you are probably silently judging.
station.
Silently
Don't take
glaring
notes.
Are
at.
you looking for the information as well, Yilza?
I'm just glaring
Yes,
at.
but I'm going
Okay.
to
I'm
wait
glaring at
for
Rosalyn.
him.
Make me a library use roll if you're looking for it.
The judgment has been handed.
All right. It's the 100, right?
Yep, D100.
97.
You waste even more
so
time.
you basically that is by the way so bad of a roll that it is known as a fumble.
You basically look outside on the sidewalk.
You roll you basically see him waste 30 minutes and you kind of like laugh aloud and you say, "Amateur, watch this. I know where to look." And you go to a section that's even further. You go to a section that's even further away from where you should be. And you have to climb up a ladder to get to the top of it. And as you do, you drop the file that you think is the correct one, and it goes everywhere. And only after it's scattered on the floor do you realize that this wasn't even the file you were looking for.
I would help her clean up her mess, and we'll go to the person at the front.
I can't believe I have to take a hobo with me.
You're getting
At least I don't waste like half an hour on looking up dictionaries on how to.
Yeah, so you've wasted another 45 minutes doing this, and you're wasting an additional 15 cleaning up the mess. So you have now wasted an hour and 30 minutes looking and not finding anything.
Wouldn't we be searching at the same time? Or did she watch me search
Well,
for 30 minutes?
she declared that she was watching and just
Yeah.
internally laughing at you failing to search.
Fumbling up
And
some
then
spells, yeah.
and then she
Basically,
went like, all right, amateur, let me show you how this is done, and she failed even worse.
Okay. I wouldn't
So
be
you
as
have-
mean as her. I would be okay, that happens. Clean it up, and let's go to the front.
So you
All
have now
right.
spent an extra hour, not finding anything and cleaning up your mess. So you have
So
now,
that
you-
would be what,
Her
5
best.
o'clock?
Her mess.
you would get there at about I'd say 3:30. So you've now wasted time until 5 p.m.
As you should.
Important.
And Darci and Rosalyn, were you guys going together?
I guess.
All right, so you guys have left 90 minutes earlier. So where were you going to?
Oh yeah.
We're going to the.
Boston.
I almost said the zoo. Yeah, we're going to the zoo real quick.
Boston.
You have the
Yep.
5 locations mentioned earlier.
We're going to the police station to look
The what?
for police records.
Yeah, we're going to the
It's
police station.
obviously they were covering up what happened because they would have found police records in the. I almost said zoo
Yeah,
again.
You would have.
The library.
That's odd.
We're basically gonna Mission Impossible it, and we're gonna try and grab those police records.
Oh boy.
Well-
Okay.
I-
Oh,
so
you
you
can
guys.
go through the floorboards.
All right.
No, she cannot. She does not have the. She does not have the correct spell for that.
Spell.
Dig through
Dig underneath the goddamn floorboards with my bare hands.
Yeah, start digging.
And once
I'll
she
start
has the
digging.
correct spell for that, she will wish that she didn't.
Oh,
All right.
So-
So wait, what are we doing? Hold
All
on.
right, so Darci, you and Rosalyn easily make it to the police station well before the failure is finished at the Hall of Records.
Hey.
Wow.
You guys are about 25 minutes into your useless venture of finding information that you will not be able to find when these two
I
get
will
to
be
the
able to
police
find it.
station. You have failed. You need to succeed a roll before you can find the information.
I will go
I
to the
feel like
person
at
in the
that
front
rate,
now.
the librarians are gonna.
You
have
must
to
wait
kick
until
them out.
5 p.m. to try again.
So, what are we gonna look?
So you two approach the Boston police station. It is currently about it is nearly 4 p.m. There are a good few squad cars outside parked in the front parking lot. You see 2 police officers having a chat as one smokes a cigarette as they appear to be on their break. And you even see as you're walking up, one of the officers get in a car and it starts driving off with its siren on. You assume they must be responding to a call they've gotten. But you, I assume, are you walking in the front door?
You want to walk in?
Darci, we need to think about this. How are we gonna approach this? Should we approach this subtle and discreet, and try to sneak on in to get the records, or should we just?
It will be
upfront
harder
about
to
it?
sneak in with 2 of you doing it.
That too.
Let's see.
Raise
mean,
them
let's-
up. You got this.
Buddy, I can't riz people for shit. Sorry, I've got like.
If you want to try,
If
you
you're
can.
if you are doing any form of sneaking, you would both need to make a stealth roll.
One of them can't just sit and watch.
One of you can sit outside
keep-
the police station, but some of the police people outside might get a bit,
Be suspicious,
Watch.
yeah.
Yeah, it might be
Okay.
suspicious just
Why the
seeing one
fuck are you
person just
sitting here?
standing there and looking at the police
Yeah.
station all menacingly.
Okay. Rosalind, do you want to make small talk with the police
Yeah,
officers?
sure.
That-
Let's go ahead. Let's
Riz
do a
them
direct
up.
approach. No, don't. I won't riz them. No, you try if you're so clever.
Why
Come
am
on.
I? Why do I?
You're the one that keeps saying riz them up.
Darci, you have 10% more in stealth than Rosalind does.
Yeah, I want
Just
to
for
sneak in. I want to be a sneaky little snake.
All right, then I would
Okay.
probably not recommend trying the front door.
Yeah, I want to go
Yeah,
into the
maybe
back
see if there's,
door.
like, a ventilation
You want to
or
go
a
in
back
through the
door.
back door. Okay, so
Wink wonk.
Rosalind, you are attempting to distract the police officers. What are you doing to
Okay.
distract them?
I got an idea. Sweet Jesus! They stole my acorns! My baby! My baby! I gesture wildly into a random direction,
My
screaming out for
ears.
my acorn baby.
You are getting looks from all over the street.
I don't know this lady.
Unfortunately, it becomes clear that the police officers are on break and they regard you as some sort of insane, crazy person who is not worth their
No.
time.
Hey, but at least they're looking at me.
Yep, they're looking
Yeah,
at you, and then they speak to each other, look back at you, and you get the feeling that they are not going to engage with you,
Okay, thank God.
but rather they're probably just going to laugh about you.
Oh well, at least I can make a scene at the end of the sidewalk. Okay. Okay. Well, while I do that, Darci, how's the sneaking coming along?
Well,
let's
Darci, you're observing, and you realize that Rosalyn is not very apt for the task of distracting people well.
What do you mean?
I have a seizure. I'm gonna buy a flashlight and just rapidly click it at you.
Due to Rosalyn's poor performance at maintaining a distraction, you are not going to get a bonus die on your sneak.
Damn, but I just rolled and I got a 9. So
Well, I could.
You got a
can I
9. That's
roll
an
for a proper
extreme
distraction,
success.
Or do I just can I roll for a proper distraction using something, or is it just like
if you're using a skill to distract them, then you would. But otherwise, it's just like role playing a distraction. The problem is you did not roleplay an adequate distraction that would be a reasonable thing for a police officer to care much about.
Okay. How about this? Well, what kind of skill would I need to roll for?
Well, are you like going to talk to them or something?
You're trying to raise them up. You can do it. I believe in you.
No. Yeah, I feel like
Nar.
the reason why I was screaming like "What?" It would be probably just to be
Nar,
like drawing a
please.
spectacle. That's why I was trying to do. You know, maybe
You are creating a spectacle, but not one that will make the police come over to you. At the moment.
Well, it's not like. Well, are they blocking anything?
They are outside of the building at the front. So if Darci doesn't sneak well enough, they would see her.
I got a 9. I rolled my 9.
She did, but Fuyu's like doing this as if like we're like this is before you start sneaking.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I'm just trying to get a good idea on like.
Yes. So she doesn't know how well your sneaking is.
Okay.
Yet.
So,
yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get like a clear picture here, because like,
are you
have you tried wearing glasses?
Are you changing what you're doing then?
I'm going to. Okay, instead of just saying acorns have been stolen, instead I'm going to try to do a shit, man. Because I'm trying to think about what kind of roll to do. If that was maybe a luck roll? Is that possible? Like a luck roll on them, like falling for whatever I say?
It depends on what you're saying.
Alright. Instead of the acorn shit, I redact that one. Instead, it's just my character screaming that there's been a gang fight down the street in an alleyway, and they're just going nuts, shooting anyone that moves by it.
You are saying this without the sound of gunshots having echoed through the street.
No, I mean like it's further down the street, like as in it's a good mile off. So even if they don't hear gunshots, it would make sense. And plus, gangs have knives and shit like that. So
guns were loud back in these days. You're.
Well, I'm essentially like.
I don't think they're fighting with suppressed weapons here.
Okay. No guns. They're just like a bunch of gang members.
All right,
I'm
going to intervene here. The Tommy gun wasn't that loud. It was very commonly used at this point. It is quieter than most guns we have now. Okay, muting.
Well, also, judging by how expensive Tommy guns are, they were not going to be used very commonly, unless you're talking
Yeah,
about
so
a
just
genuine
melee
mob
weapons then,
shooting.
melee weapons. Like gang members
is-
are just
Sorry,
attacking
we
each other
can't
with, like,
JoJo our way
melee
out of
weapons.
this.
Yeah,
We're not
you could,
JoJoing our way out of this.
you could say there was like a stabbing or something that wouldn't require like loud sounds.
Yeah,
Basi-
like there's like a horrendous stabbing going on, like multiple people were involved. Like it's very spooky, very creepy, essentially.
All right, so you're going to yell that there was an incident of violence,
Yeah.
down the street.
Yes.
So you start yelling about that.
Yeah.
The police immediately take notice of this, as I assume you're looking
Alright.
towards them and shouting, and
Yes.
they come running up to you. You say there was a stabbing, ma'am. Where?
It's further down the street in an alleyway. There's a bunch of crooks just beating up this poor old man with knives and crowbars. It's nuts. They don't have any guns, but they're just waving blunt objects around like crazy. They're even dragging people into it.
One of the police looks to the other. He says, "All right, Jared, you go in there and get some other people ready to go in their squad cars. I'm gonna go check it out." And he says, "All right, Cliff, you got it." And he sprints into the police station. You get the feeling that there's about to be a lot of police activity coming out of that door very soon, which may or may not be a good thing for Mrs. Darci. But you say that Darci got a 9, correct?
Yep.
All right, that is an extreme success on your stealth skill, and I want you to put a check in the checkbox next to it.
My stealth. There's a.
Yeah, if any of you guys have skills checked in the checkboxes, uncheck them. But Darci, you should keep stealth checked, because you
Alright,
have...
so uncheck everything else.
Yep, you have rolled very well on this skill, which means that since it has a check, if you roll a hard success or better on a skill during the course of a scenario, at the end of the scenario, if you survive, you will gain a chance to improve that skill.
Hell yeah.
So basically, we're gonna keep track on if you make a skill roll that is equal to or under half of your skill in it.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna die by these police when they realize I was lying.
Yeah, probably. You're Australian,
You
so.
might you might be on the description list, because it is technically illegal to waste the police time.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just give myself a haircut. Maybe just change my outfit a bit. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a job.
Are you going to, leave the area?
When I can, yes.
You can as soon as you want.
Okay. So all the police guys are like rushing out of the building and all that shit at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. Also, with that, should I roll for that lie that they fell for, or
no?
is
It's
it just
it's honestly a bit chaotic. The people are starting to on the street are starting to realize that the police are getting very active. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of chaos as the police attempt to respond to this false call. So you will probably be able to get away pretty well.
Okay, sweet. Do I roll for that, or
nope? You probably wouldn't need to roll. You can just walk down the street.
Okay, I'll just walk down the entirely opposite
noting
direction.
that you will not be keeping up with Darci.
I'll be fine.
Okay, so whereabouts is? Hold on, I'm looking over the map. Whereabouts is the police station, real quick, and whereabouts is where the other guys are at the hall?
Basically, you'll just be leaving the general area of the police station if you want to avoid having to talk to the police after that.
All right, I'll just avoid the general area. I'll catch up with them
because they don't know your name, they don't know your address. They just know that you had a report.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just back away from that general area.
But they will have a testimony from the police officers about what you looked like. You would think.
It's fine. I'll just grab a piece of glass and cut my hair. I'll be fine.
All right, so Darci, you you see the two police officers are kind of on the left side of the building. Most of the pedestrians are off to the left side of the building, where Rosalyn is. There isn't much going on around the right side, so you decide that you will sneak up around the right side of the building to get to the back door. You kind of like crouch and kind of go from car to car, and you don't believe you are spotted. And then you hear the front as you're crossing, about to reach the corner of the right side. You hear the door burst open, and you hear multiple pairs of footsteps, very heavy footsteps, sprinting out of the door. You think that about make me a listen roll.
A listen roll? Just took my glasses off so I can't see. Hold up. Wow, I got a 78. Jesus Christ.
You don't know how many pairs of footsteps there are, but it sounds like a lot.
Oh, bruh.
Well, shit.
On
I'm
the one-
relying on my
it's a real
9.
area.
on the one hand, you hope that nobody has seen you. On the other, if nobody has seen you, that means there's less eyes to observe you in the police station.
So
There will be less people in that building to worry about.
Meanwhile,
So
I'm just
So
gonna
you think
cut my
that
hair,
Rosalyn
too.
has actually probably done a pretty good job if you've done your job well.
I'm
You
just gonna
also,
do a
as
slight-
you're looking back in nervousness, you also see Rosalyn, kind of darting away from the place. So you know you
just
are.
start running away.
Yep, you know that you are alone.
wow, I'm single again.
So you make your way up into the
So,
back
wow,
door,
they just stood me up. Rosalyn's so mean to me.
and as you peek around the corner to view the back of the building, you see the back entrance. And you don't see anybody there.
All right, let's go on in. I got my 9 in. My 9-inch. I'm so not funny.
I was not prepared to use a map of the police station, so we're gonna open up Microsoft Paint.
I'm just trying to find a new outfit to change into while everyone's distracted.
Microsoft Paint. Where?
I could go maid outfit I can somehow find on the street. No. Just...
What the fuck?
Okay.
Ah, it's a beautiful image.
I'm trying to change my attire so that way the police won't recognize me. It's 1920, so pictures aren't exactly a popular thing yet.
Just shave your head, change your eyeballs, and you'll be good. I'll let you borrow mine.
You look 12. Can't believe you, Neon. Oh no, I don't want the haircut to be like that.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm using my scarf as a little head boy so that no one gets suspicious. There you go.
It looks like you have like cat ears.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does, because that one piece of hair going up blocks the middle,
No.
so you can't see the middle. So it looks like you have cat ears. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Are
Oh.
clear.
Alright. So, Darci, you enter
Yes.
the back of the police station, and you are greeted with a short hallway that turns both left and right in a T junction from the back door. You see nobody in front of you. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna take a right because Rosalyn left me.
Are you going to look around the corner before you do?
Yes.
You peek around the corner, and you see, to your right, you see a few offices. You see the detective's office straight ahead. The blinds are currently down, but you see a figure inside, sitting in a chair.
Rhythm hop.
On your left are three rooms, until you reach the opposite wall with the detective's office, and the corridor turns right that way.
Where do I have to look around for the records office or whatever?
For the records office, you do not. You see one room that you know is the detective's office because the door has the name Detective Johnson on it. So you assume that this is the office of the detective, and I'm going to end the recording and start a new one.